When you come across a photo of a beautifully designed home, does it ever make you think about what specifically makes it look so good? Today, I am going to be sharing some simple yet effective tricks to bring that polished, seemingly unattainable look into your own home without having to match the items piece by piece. Hopefully, it will help you identify where to start in a real-life setting and how to tweak things to make your space feel just right for you. If you find this video useful, please be sure to subscribe for more content like this and give it a thumbs up. The sandwich theory is a color coordination technique used in fashion styling. It's a suggestion to style the outfits in the same way you build a sandwich. Match the colors of top and bottom, similar to the bread of sandwich. Add in a contrasting piece in the middle as the filling of the sandwich. The same applies to interior styling. When you begin with an anchor piece at the corner, you can add two elements, place one in front and one behind. Both are in the same color as each other, but is different from the anchor piece. This will form a sandwich composition. The elements you use can be either a piece of furniture or a small decor item with just single detail to coordinate with the color of another element. The bread pieces act as a framing element, holding everything to form a structured setup. The filling piece in the middle will stand out and add a twist of color. The sandwich method does not limit to corner spaces. You can apply this method on a larger scale to the entire room. Deep down, the sandwich method conveys a concept to mirror one color across a distance, either through layered sections or by the repetition of small elements reflecting each other across the space. The repetition of the color at a different spot will help to create cohesion within the space. At the same time, allows for creativity in between the repeated elements. The lighting in a space isn't just about how bright it is. It's about how you feel in the space can be changed by the placement of the lighting. You could craft the mood of the space by working around two aspects. Combine the lighting from various areas throughout the room. Introduce and direct lighting elements into the space. A good example of multiple layers of lighting is hotel room, where light diffuses from multiple work zones, creating a dynamic ambience and enhancing the overall sense of warmth and comfort. The same applies to home design. The light doesn't have to be bright, but much like in a hotel room, a mix of lighting from various work zones and directions fills the room with a beautiful glow. For example, floor lamp next to seating area, flickering candle light, table lamps scattered across surfaces of desk, console, nightstand, or bookshelf. Wall sconces cast light onto the wall, light from a fireplace, small task light on kitchen countertop. Even a candle warmer can play a subtle yet impactful role in the overall lighting of the room. In addition to distributing lighting across the room, incorporating indirect lighting is another way to enrich the lighting of the space. Indirect lighting works by reflecting light off surfaces such as glass element, steel material, or even reflective tiles. The way light reflects off the glossy surfaces can create a shimmering effect. As the light shifts, the shimmering effect changes, creating a sense of movement and liveliness. They can not only reflect artificial light within the room, but also interact with the natural daylight and redistribute it throughout the room, maximizing the use of available natural light and add a layer of sophistication. Mixing colors is a fun way to make a room feel sophisticated and put together. It's one of the first things to consider when styling a space. Neutral and calming palette can still be vibrant and doesn't mean a lack of color. Imagine a cube with light coming from one side, creating dark shadows, soft midtones, and bright highlights. These varying shades of light and dark bring the cube to life as a multi-dimensional object. Similarly, when choosing colors for the space, mixing shades in bright, mid-tone, and dark variations can make the room more vibrant, even in a neutral palette that uses shades in the same color family. At the same time, you can tone down a bold color palette by incorporating muted or unsaturated tones to suit your style. For example, in a red and green palette, when using bold, saturated colors like deep red and vibrant green, it makes a powerful and striking statement. Alternatively, using muted or unsaturated tones of red and green can soften the overall look, while still being equally impactful, preserving the richness of mixing these colors. On the color wheel, red and green are complementary colors, sitting opposite each other. Similarly, blue and orange, yellow and purple are also complementary pairs. These combinations bring out the best in each other by making their complement more vibrant, creating a sophisticated and compelling design. Going a step further, each color in these combinations doesn't need to be limited to just one material. Brass, leather, rattan, and wood can all fall within the same color family of yellow tone. So if yellow tone is part of your palette, expressing the color through these different materials help to add sophistication to your design. Styling the room is much like putting together an outfit, where dressing the furniture can make a big difference. It can be done in a way that appears unintentional, with small accessories casually placed, or in a way that looks carefully designed to purposefully match another element in the room. Either way, these details act like the finishing touch to an outfit, pulling the entire room together for a polished and sophisticated look. Sometimes a well-styled arrangement might not seem to follow the triangle rule at first glance, but often, the triangles are just hidden or there are multiple triangles working together. A simple way to spot them is to connect the highest points along the center of each section. For example, this might look like a rectangular arrangement with wall sconces on both sides. But if you consider the entire table display as one section, take the highest and center point of it. Connect with the highest and center point of each wall sconce on the sides. It will form a triangular arrangement. Additionally, within the table display itself, you can spot smaller triangles by connecting the highest and center points of individual items. What you're actually seeing is a layering of triangles, both large and small, that come together to form a more sophisticated arrangement. The triangle rule isn't just for styling surfaces. It's also a great tool for mapping out the layout of your furniture. Different types of triangles can create different effects. For example, symmetrical triangle brings out a feeling of stability. Reverse triangle brings a sense of movement to the design. Off-center triangle creates a sense of unpredictability. It's all about guiding the flow within the space, and a simple change can make a big difference in the overall feel of the design. You might have heard that pulling the sofa away from the wall can make the room feel bigger and more open. This is not a one-size-fits-all solution, because in some spaces, pushing all the furniture against the wall can actually open up more space in the center of the room. But rearranging with a floating sofa does help to come up with new ways to arrange your space. For example, you can tuck a slim table between the sofa and the wall, and add decorations on top of it. With the table hidden and out of view, it makes the decorations seem like they're floating behind the sofa, adding an extra layer to the design. When the sofa and the table behind it are floated and facing an open concept space, the area beneath the table allows for additional space for decorations. Another way to style this open space is by folding a blanket over the back of the sofa. It helps keep the sofa clean from dirt that might come from the walkway behind it. For a more sophisticated look, you could coordinate the blanket with other elements in the room. This simple coordination pulls everything together, and you could easily switch up the room's style by swapping out the blanket whenever you like, whether for a seasonal shift or just to mix things up. That concludes today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed watching and found some ideas useful. If you did, please do follow for more content like this and give this video a big thumbs up.